I might be the one to get the speeding ticket because sometimes I forget the speed limit.
I think Audrey's more likely to get a speeding ticket. Her mom is a crazy driver. She's not as crazy as her mom, but they are related by blood.
I think Andrew likes his eggs scrambled too. I think we've had this conversation. Maybe.
I like them fried. Audrey is one where she likes to receive flowers if I give them to her. She loves them, thinks they're beautiful, but she's also one that doesn't really care whether she gets flowers or not. So I don't know. I think her bouquet for the wedding's gonna have, I think they're called dahlias in it. So we'll just go with that.
I'm not really a flower person though, so whatever's pretty.
She hadn't been too much into it before, but I think I've got a new convert to basketball.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy watching basketball. He got me into it. He's missing the Warriors game. He's upset.
I was a missionary for the LDS Church in Anaheim, California, Vietnamese speaking, from 2008 to 2010. And during that time, I knew a young woman by the name of Linda.
I was on my mission in Anaheim, California, and I had just gotten transferred in to serve in the Anaheim 3rd Ward. And my first day there, I met this girl named Linda.
She was Vietnamese, and we became good friends, and even after I came home, we still maintained a friendship and spoke with each other.
She took us out to go grocery shopping, and right when I met her, she told me that I had to write this boy named Andrew because we were so much alike.
And on day one, Linda told Audrey we were going to get married.
And I absolutely refused because I really wasn't interested in that kind of stuff, being a missionary.
Then Linda came to me, called me up and said, I met this sister missionary, you guys are going to get married. And I'm just like, hold on, Linda, she's a missionary, nothing's going to happen. And so she says, you guys just got to write to each other. So after several times of trying to convince Audrey to email me and me trying to email her, I told Linda, if you can get Audrey to email me, then I'm totally open to emailing.
After about a month of pressure, I decided to write him.
So Linda was able to convince Audrey to email, and she finally emailed me saying, hi, it's Sister Clifton. Linda told me to email you, so I am.
And we wrote for about 5 to 6 months, and I just stopped because it was taking up too much time and I didn't really care about him. That sounds rude.
And I didn't get anything else from Audrey. And I thought it was over, there was nothing. I just thought, oh, it was a new friend and that wasn't happening, so no big deal. But then Linda wouldn't give up. Linda kept saying that she wanted to make this happen. 6
months later, I was about to come home from my mission, and I met up with Linda again, and she told me that I needed to write him, but I wasn't interested, and she's like, you need to invite him to your homecoming. And
so Audrey came home in January of 2015, and Linda just pestered her to invite me to her homecoming at her church. So finally, 2 days before, on a Friday, Audrey shot me an email saying, hey, you're welcome to come to my homecoming, here's the address if you want to come, and then she totally forgot about me.
I invited him to my homecoming, and he came, and
finally, after the meeting was over, walked up to Audrey, introduced myself. It was pretty awkward, and then she invited me over to her house for food, and that's how we met.
We decided to come up to Bridalveil Falls just to do a hike. It was in August.
And we actually climbed up the falls and then went up to the top and sat there right at the bottom of the waterfall. And
I was moving up to Logan to go back to school, and we just started talking about if we wanted to continue to do our relationship long distance.
Decided that we both wanted to continue the relationship and that we wouldn't let it end just because she was going away to Logan.
We hiked down the falls and it was getting dark, and then we stood on the bridge and I don't remember exactly what happened.
We stopped right in the middle of the bridge and just stopped and hugged each other. And just in that moment, I totally unplanned, unscripted. I don't know why it happened when it did, but as we were hugging, I told her I loved her, and she hugged me tighter than she ever had before. And
Told him I loved him too. And yeah, that's how it went, and then we kissed.
So the proposal was quite the story. So we decided that we did want to get married. So I went and bought the ring. Then I went and spoke with her dad. And the whole idea was to probably propose on the year anniversary of our first date, February 12th.
And I wasn't expecting him to propose until February, because that's when we had started dating.
But then I started thinking I wanted it to be a surprise and not something that she would see coming. And so I had bought the ring, I talked to her dad, so I thought, what the heck, why wait?
And so he told me that he was going to take me on a surprise date, which was unusual at all because he has done that to me several times in the past.
And we went down to 7 Peaks and went ice skating with my sister Amy for 2 hours. So we just ice skated, had a good time, and then afterwards,
his sister said goodbye to us, and when she said goodbye to us, the way she just said it, I thought she was going to plan for proposal, but I just thought no, because it's not happening yet, so I just ignored it.
Took her out to the car, blindfolded her again, and took her over to Lowe's hardware store. We had talked about going there to pick out paint swatches to try and decide on colors for the wedding.
He had me walk outside the car, and so I'm walking around this parking lot blindfolded, and I didn't like it. I just felt like everyone was looking at me.
And she had totally forgot that we were going to do it, so I made her wear the blindfold, walk through the parking lot wearing the blindfold, and let her take it off right at the doors to the store. And then she kind of slapped me and was like, oh, I knew we were coming here.
And I was kind of upset because I knew we were going to Lowe's right after. And so I was like, I just was upset, I was fooled.
And the Lowe's was just simply to stall time. I needed to stall time till the sun went down, till it was dusk, so the temple lights would be on. And that my family would be over there in the backyard all ready to go with everything. And my friend Jason was setting up the flowers and getting everything ready. So after Lowe's, we go back out to the car, and I tell her she's got to put the blindfold back on again.
He took me back into the car and to go and asked if I was hungry. And I said I was, because it was around dinner time. And we started driving. I thought we were at the mall, and then he started driving faster. So I was like, nope, this isn't it.
All of this was just misdirection, diversion, trying to get her to not think that anything was happening, that I wasn't proposing.
And I thought we were at a park or something, and he had set up a picnic at the park.
And so we pull up, we get out of the car, I grab her coat from the trunk, go to put her coat on her, and the blindfold comes off. It's like, I about died. But luckily she had her eyes closed, so she couldn't see anything. And so I hurried to put the blindfold back on, and then led her up the driveway through the gate on the side of the house.
So we were walking, and then I felt like there were people looking at me, and he just said, no, they're over there, like, don't worry about it. And the first instant I thought like it was his family, and I was like, no, it's not happening, it's not a proposal. And so we kept walking, and and I just kept on thinking, like, this could be a proposal. And
he says, are there people around? There's people looking at me. I said, oh, no, nobody's looking at you. There's a couple people over there, like way over there, but they're not looking at you. And after she says she had the thought that it was probably my family and that I was proposing, but she's said in her mind is just, no, it's not happening. It's happening in February. It's not happening tonight.
And then he took me down and to like this cove area, I guess, and he positioned me where he wanted me. And then he had me take off my blindfold, and he was down on one knee.
And there I was with the ring out, and asked her to marry me, and she said yes before I could even finish asking.
Then our families came and congratulated us, and it was snowing when he proposed, just very slightly, and it was very nice.